So shall we start or wait a few minutes? Okay. Good morning, anyone who's tuned in that we can't see and that might be watching in the future. I'm Sharon. I'm one of the senior students at Dawn Mountain. I'll be guiding our meditation this morning and teaching a little bit about meditation as we go along. We're primarily going to do a practice that our root teacher, Adzam Rinpoche, from Tibet, in Tibet, gave us and suggested that we offer, and we have now for maybe 15 years, offered this practice to the community at large, because it is very simple and yet very profound. It comes with a lot of blessings from Rinpoche, from the lineage, and we work with it on Sunday mornings to introduce a type of meditation that is very complementary to the sitting meditation that we'll do, which is, of course, just relaxing the body and the mind and cultivating attention. And then the practice that Rinpoche has given us that we'll do in conjunction with that, we'll kind of rotate back and forth through those. It works with sound and energy and light to help us focus our energy and allow our thoughts to settle out. So it's a very nice combination of focusing practices. So we'll begin with our aspiration from the group practice prayers, the sheet that hopefully people have. We'll do the 4 aspirations and then the Shantideva verse. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. So this is a way to set our intention and together to acknowledge our intention to be of benefit to all beings. So now we can just get comfortable with some intention though. So if you're sitting on a cushion or a chair, you find your seat and then you sort of raise your torso up and stretch your head towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Relax your legs down. Relax your shoulders down. Most importantly, we carry so much tension in our shoulders. Tuck the chin slightly, which elongates the neck, which helps straighten the spine. So the idea is to be comfortable, but also intentional. Strong posture that will support this practice and allow our energy to flow smoothly. We can gaze down the bridge of our nose to a place a few feet in front of us on the floor. We're not really looking or focusing our eyes. We're gazing gently, softly. Our hands can be resting on our knees. It's a posture of ease, which will then be conducive to allowing us to be in a state of ease. And resting our attention on the breath, we begin to notice how the breath feels as it enters our body, travels through the body, and then how the exhale feels as our breath leaves our body. And we can breathe deeply from the belly, center of the belly, 3 fingers width down from the navel, and 3 finger widths inside the body. And as our attention rests on the breath, we allow everything else to settle out. Our body settles, we begin to release tension, and our mind settles, relaxes, and thoughts can settle out. We're not going to attempt to stop thinking. We're just not going to pay attention. Our attention is resting on the breath. The thoughts can just dissipate from whence they came, like waves in an ocean, rising and returning to their source without any need to follow after them, to pay attention, or to make story. Our body is relaxed. Our breath is relaxed. Our mind is relaxed, and yet alert, fresh, clear, open, spacious, present. And we'll breathe like this for a bit, and then we'll begin the chant. The mouth can be slightly open, the tongue curled up a bit at the base of the top teeth. Allow your body to relax more and more wherever there may be tension. This will allow your mind to relax more and more. And you can just rest on the breath. your jaw, relax your hands, feet, your eyes. Everything is relaxed and at ease. Including the mind. And now we'll begin to chant the syllable home. Allowing our mind and our being to merge with the sound. We'll chant it at our own pace. 2 soundings of home per breath as it's comfortable. And we'll stop when it naturally dissipates. And you can unmute. It might make it more interesting and different experience if we all unmute and home together.
hold.
You can mute yourself again. Returning our attention to the breath. And noticing how it feels now as we just experience breathing. And allow ourselves to be refreshed by the breath and calmed by the breath. Check in with your body. And if there's tension still there or newly there, breathe in some relaxation and allow the tension to release. Be in your legs, your hands, your jaw, your shoulders. Relax with the breath, alert, open, spacious. and unmute for our next round of poems. Once again, we rest our attention on the breath. Refresh our posture, making sure that our shoulders are relaxed down, that the top of our head is stretching up, that our jaw is relaxed, that our mind is relaxed, that we are at ease, breathing. one last round of merging with the sound home. You can unmute if you'd like. Oh. Oh. You just rest in open spaciousness. Content and grateful, joyous. For everything. So, one of the primary reasons that we often say there is to cultivate attention, to do the kind of practice that we're doing this morning. One reason, for me at least it's primary, I think for most people it is to be able to respond more thoughtfully, more with greater presence and awareness to what presents in our lives, rather than be reactive and allow our patterns to dictate how we respond. So to create some space to see what's happening, to feel what's happening when our patterns start to dictate our behavior. And I think for me, this is particularly valuable at this time. I think many people right now, even if you're not typically given to anxiety, stress, I mean, I think everybody's subject to stress and responds to stress, but some of us, I think, carry more angst and anxiety than others. But right now, I think just about everyone is in that space of uncertainty and just a barrage of challenges and vulnerability and sort of being off balance. And so it's even more important to really have a capacity to see and understand what's happening within as these things are coming at us from without. And to have some capacity to stay home. This is a phrase I'm working with right now. I've been working with it for a while. Instead of allowing all of my energy and my being to go out to the situation or to this person that may need help, or to this person that may need controlling, instead to stay home, to stay centered, to stay present, to not allow myself to be dissipated to the point where I'm no longer able to respond, be the way I would wish to be, because my energy is out there instead of here. So I'm really working on the capacity to radiate love and compassion and good wishes and to try and respond to what is going on rather than react and allow all my energy to be dissipated and my being to be scattered. And so for me, this cultivation of attention, presence, because if I think to myself, no matter what happens, if you are present to what's arising, then it's okay because you're here. And everything is okay here. You can respond out, you can be present to whatever is arising rather than be scattered or go out to what's arising, because then you're not present. You're out there. So I think, these times that we're in right now really call for us to pay attention, be in attention, be present, be kind. And it's much easier to be kind if you're present. Yeah. Just be kind to ourselves and to everyone. And stay home. It's nice to be here with everyone. I really feel the connection and the love. So thank you all for that. Perhaps we'll dedicate. We'll do the ah. Well, we'll do the the verse first, the dedication verse. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach that very ground. May we be of benefit to all beings. So we'll do 3 ahs. The first one, allowing ourselves to embody blessing, energy, healing energy, calming energy, brave, courageous, kind, compassionate energy. And then on the second ah, we'll share that with one another just by virtue of sending the sound and being in that space ourselves. And then on the third one, collectively, we'll share this with all beings throughout time and space. So 3 ahs. We'll pause in between. And you can unmute and ah as long as your ah lasts. I'll wait. Share it with one another. And now we share it with all beings. I'm gonna look at the chat. I'm gonna put my names in. And no, I'm just saying that Emily said there are 5 people on YouTube. Hello. Okay, so we'll do our blessing. I will light the candle. So we'll do the blessing from the group sheet. With all of you in mind, with this lamp of clarity, may the glow of love still shine within us till we all rise forth one in light and wonder. And we especially bring to mind this morning Deborah, Usari, Donna Gray, Tim Marvin, Michael Malden, Mark Lieberman, Bardo, Tom Griffin, Barbara Ellman, Millie Schneider, Bardo, Ron Fleming, Richard Burlingham, Gary Germain, all Bardo, Sylvia, Rolanda, Nathaniel, Emma, Ed, Leah, Vasana, Siddharth, Kankana's mom in the Bardo, all Afghans, Rick Well, Tara, Francis, Aisha, Sophia, Matt, Shankar, Jay, Annalie, Jeff, Kimberly's mom, Frank, Henderson family. Remy the cat, Pema the cat, Bardo. We share our blessing, healing, loving energy with all these beings, as well as all beings. So, Harvey, I will attempt to make some announcements, and then you can fill in anything I don't touch on that should be, or Emily, or anything you might want to say. So I do know that we have our new series starting September 7th, our Dharma Explorations, Stories and Surprises on the Buddhist Path, Core Mahayana Council for Living Well. That title is quite wonderful. Sort of sums it all up, doesn't it? So that's going to be really, really, really good. And I know that the newsletter has more information on that and talks about the fact that Dr. Renee Ford and Dr. Nathaniel will be offering during that course, as well as others. So you can get more information on the website, and maybe Harvey or Emily might want to say more about that. But meanwhile, I'm going to move on to, we have a course that Glitchell will present 6 weeks, I believe. Gitchell, Compassion Cultivation Training, which there's information on that on the website and on the newsletter. But he's also going to be doing an introduction, and that will be August 30th from 6 to 8. So that will be a lovely program. It's free, and will also give you a taste of what that course will entail. And Dent's a wonderful teacher. That's a wonderful course. So I encourage that. And then Claire Villarreal will be giving a class, I guess 2, Thursday, September 2nd and Thursday, September 16th, maybe, I think. Emily can
and the Thursday between there. It's 3 Thursdays.
Oh, 3 Thursdays in a row. Okay. Okay, great. So there's 3 classes. Okay. And that's how to meditate like a Buddhist, even if you're not one. And I will just say that Claire is an amazing meditation teacher and Buddhist scholar. So great program. Will be very wonderful. We have our ongoing Sundays. What else, Harvey? Anything, Emily or Harvey?
Yes, we have a program on the elements coming up on October 1 through 3. And that is a program, if you're not part of Dzogchen Cycles, you can take it on an a la carte basis. If you're interested, you just need to apply. And Emily, what are we missing?
We have Lama Tenzin coming as well. I believe in November, the first weekend of November.
Yes, so save your dates.
Yeah, so the first weekend in October, put on your calendar, and the first weekend in November. Lama Tenzin in November, and the elements
October.
The first weekend in October. And I just want to say a little something about that, because I'm very connected to the elements practice. I love it. Lama Riggs Droma has taught this some in the past, very amazingly and beautifully. And this is going to be new and an expansion, and I'm super excited about it myself. And just, I can only tell you that this practice has been part of my daily practice for years now. And it's not as though I feel like, it's something that is fresh every day. It's really, I do a very simplified version of it. But it absolutely sets my day and works with every channel, every element, every color, every dakini. So there's one associated with each of the elements. There's a dakini, there's a season, there's a color, there's an emotion, and that emotion can be in balance or out of balance. And if you think, just touch on it, eventually, you bring it to mind, and you can sort of imagine what you feel like when it's out of balance, and then have maybe just 2 or 3 words that what it can be when it's in balance, and that can cue you to get into that state. And it's just amazing. So it's super powerful, but simple and beautiful, and does such a great teaching on it. So I really, really recommend that. And for people that are in the Dzogchen cycles, I think then there's going to be more later that this will be sort of an introduction to.
Well, it's actually 2 parts in a way. The first part will be in October, will be the elements, and then in February, we'll do the Dakini aspect of the elements.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, highly encourage that. So thank you all so much for being here. It's nice to be with everyone.
Lovely. Sharon, thank you so much.
My absolute thank you.
Lovely, lovely. Great to see you and see everybody.
Yes, yes.
Good morning, everybody. Have a great day.
Love to all.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Nancy.